Do you need an independent lawyer when buying a new build property in the Costa Blanca South? And how does a lawyer even help you when buying a new build property in Spain? So what questions do you want answered by a lawyer in this 3-part series to help you buy a new build property in Spain with confidence? Let us know in the comments below. Today, I'm in Ciudad Quesada and we're answering all these questions and more with my lawyer in Spain. Remember to watch to the end as we have a few offers for you. I'm Daniel Mark, and yes, you're watching Casa Pro Properties.
Ready to find your new home in the Costa Blanca, Spain? Then book your viewing trip today. Your next step to buying a home in the sun. Book now at casaproproperties.com.
Today, I'm sat down with Michael from My Lawyer in Spain, and he's the Operations Director. Thank you so much, Michael, for giving us your time today. Really appreciate you answering all these questions. This video is really going to help all of our clients and many others who are buying a new build property in the Costa Blanca, Spain.
It's lovely to be here with you today.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's begin. Let's meet My Lawyer in Spain. Why do I need a lawyer when buying a new build property on the Costa Blanca South?
So buying a property in Spain, it's completely different than buying a property back in the UK. So we would always recommend having a lawyer in place when you buy new build properties, resale, to make sure that all the legal process is handled by someone who understands the legal process here in Spain.
What's so different about buying a new build property in Spain?
So the process itself, it begins off different, where you have to sign a reservation contract and pay a deposit to take the property off the market. So that would be the initial, difference compared to back in the UK. The documents that we have to review, there are different documents. Obviously, they're all going to be in Spanish. So having someone who understands the language is always a help there. And then when we come towards completion as well, the process, it's done differently. We have to sign everything at a notary. We have to prepare all the appointments, make sure that you have your documentation in place as well to be able to sign for the property. So just having that assistance, that legal advice that we can give you during the process, it makes it as stressless as it possibly can for you to go through this process and end up with that dream property here in Spain.
Why is it important to have an independent solicitor?
For example, the builders themselves, they will have their in-house lawyer that they need to have to get all of the building licenses, permissions to be able to build the properties that they're offering. So having that independent lawyer, it ensures that there's no conflict of interest during the process.
And what conflicts of interest could occur?
The in-house lawyer and solicitor for the builders, obviously they're the ones who have submitted all the applications for the building licenses, the permissions, anything that they need to actually begin with the project. Obviously they're working for the builders. Also, obviously real estate agents here in the area, they have various recommendations of solicitors that they work closely with. It comes down to you being sure of who you're going to use. It's your life savings, it's your dream home here under the sun. Having us as an independent lawyer for you, representing your interests, it ensures that we review those documents again, make sure that everything is as they're telling you it is, so that you can have peace of mind that, for instance, a third party has reviewed those documents and also signed off that everything is 100% legal for you.
When is the right time then to hire a solicitor?
Now, this is a question that we get asked quite a lot, okay? There's really not a right time to instruct a solicitor. You can do it at the beginning of your search when it's still, let's say a pipe dream for 2-3 years down the line. But you can also do it at the point of reserving the property. It will come down to when do you feel confident making those initial steps into what the legal process for a purchase here in Spain will be. Whether it's 6 months before, 3 years before, or at the point of ready to pay a deposit on your dream property.
how much would it cost?
So our fees to assist during the conveyancing process of a purchase of a property here in Spain, we charge 1% of the agreed purchase price with a minimum of €1,700 plus IVA, which is the VAT back in the UK.
Can I pay with a credit card?
Of course. So if you're here in Spain and you meet us here in the office, we have card machines where we can take payment here in the office before you leave. If you're back in the UK, we have the option to pay via our website where we have an online payment service to introduce your card details. And if you wanted to do a bank transfer, then we also offer the service to have bank transfers into our account.
And do I receive some kind of invoice that clearly lays out all of the details and the service that you're going to provide me as your client?
Of course. So with every client that we have here through our offices, we always issue a terms of business, which clearly outlines what's included in our service, the fee that we have agreed between both yourself and ourselves representing you. And then at the end of the process, when everything is completed, the property is officially registered into your name, you'll receive a complete breakdown, including all invoices for the services that have been carried out.
Okay, I've been on a viewing trip with Casa Pro Properties, and it's the exciting bit because I've seen a property I really like. What do I do next?
My recommendation would be to get on the phone and phone us direct. Okay, obviously we understand that once you've seen that property, there can be a little bit of pressure to get it reserved because that officially takes it off the market. So get on the phone with us, let us know the situation, you've seen the property, you want to get it off the market, and we'll get right in touch with you on that same very phone call.
What's important to check in a reservation contract?
So from your part, obviously knowing that your lawyer has reviewed the main legal aspects of that contract, we would always recommend double checking your details to make sure that they're correct. So name, address, passport details that are included in there. Always check the payment timescales so that they do line up with what you've negotiated with the builder. And also double check if any extras have been negotiated, that they're clearly stated in there as well, so that we know that everything that you've negotiated with that builder is clearly stated in that contract from the moment we begin the official purchase of the property.
Do I need you to check the reservation contract before I sign it?
I would always recommend getting the lawyer to review that contract for you, because until you've put pen to paper, you haven't officially committed to the purchase of the property. So having your lawyer check over that initial reservation contract ensures that all of the clauses that are in there to officially take that property off the market have been reviewed, and that your chosen lawyer is happy for you to commit to that specific purchase.
So how do I know that the new build property that I want to buy in Spain is legally safe to buy?
So that's where we come in. Okay, obviously at the point of reservation, it's very difficult to be able to confirm 100% that that property is legal itself. Okay, that comes during the whole process, during the build, during the review of all of the legal documents that the builders need to provide us with. But coming back to the question of what do we review in that initial reservation contract before you commit to the purchase, we make sure that there's a clause included in there that states that if there are any issues with the documentation, so any illegalities, any building permissions that aren't 100% correct, then you reserve the right to withdraw from the purchase with all monies paid up to date back to yourself.
So I finally signed the reservation contract with your help, thank you. And I've gone back home to my country. That could be France, Sweden, or the UK. Let's say I want to change my mind. Is my reservation deposit refundable?
Obviously, here in Spain, once you've paid that initial reservation contract, the law states that it's not refundable to you. Okay, but there are certain cases where it can be, especially with new build properties. Sometimes the builders will include a clause in the contract which states that you have a certain time period to be able to withdraw from the purchase. So that's one thing that we would also look at during that reservation contract before you sign. But as well, we have certain situations where you may not be 100% sold on that specific property. So you can move your deposit to another one that they have in the same building project that they're issuing. And as well, we always have the clause of force majeure. So something's happened back in the UK, your circumstances have changed. Depending on the builder that we're dealing with, we can negotiate for that deposit to be refunded to you.
Thank you so much, Michael, for your time today. Really appreciate you answering all of these questions and for making the reservation process about buying a new build property on the Costa Blanca South so much easier to understand. Thank you.
Thank you for speaking with us today, and there'll be more questions during the process, before you begin, after, during the actual purchase process. So any questions that you have, feel free to contact me at any point.
Did we answer all your questions? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're one of our clients and you'd like My Lawyers in Spain to represent you as your lawyer, then you'll receive 10% discount off the My Lawyer fee. And if you'd like to come on a property viewing trip with Casa Pro Properties to find your dream beach apartment or golf villa, then we'd be happy to help you. Contact us today via WhatsApp or via our website. The contact details are in the description below. Remember, if you subscribe to our channel and as a gift from us to you, you'll automatically receive huge discounts on many of our new build properties. Don't forget to watch part 2 appearing here to help you with the next steps in the buying process that you absolutely need to know. Well done for watching the video right to the end, and I'll see you in the next video.